Once upon a time, when the Pride Lands were new and the great cheetah King Steven was still growing, he came upon a little bird in big trouble. The bird was a parrot named Iago, and he was about to be cooked by some hungry young hyenas. Steven gave a mighty growl. Well, it wasn't a mighty roar because he wasn't a lion or a tiger, but it was mighty enough to frighten off the young hyenas. The little bird introduced himself with a grand bow. Then he said, "Thanks for saving me, Steven. I hope that one day I may be of service to the future Cheetah King." Proud Steven laughed to himself. How could such a little bird be of any use to a cheetah? But the little bird was determined to help somehow, so he hovered over Steven day and night. Wherever Steven went, Iago followed. Steven began to feel as if he had grown a second shadow. "Go away," the young cheetah growled. But Iago shook his feather head. "You helped me," he said. "Now I gotta help you." Iago even hovered above Steven when he wanted to be alone with his future bride, Christine. While the two young cheetahs strolled, the parrot chattered, "I know everything that happens in the Pride Lands," he bragged. "I see it all from my bird's eye view. Why, over there your brother Scar is teasing a mouse." "Can't you keep quiet for 1 minute?" Steven asked. "Of course," Iago exclaimed. "Once I didn't say a word for nearly 3 days. It's a funny story, really. You see..." And on the chatter went, until one day Iago saw several vultures circling above a distant gorge. He pointed out the birds to Steven and said, "Should I fly over and see what's happening, sire?" Steven yawned. "What does a future king care about ugly old vultures?" he asked. "There's probably just some small creature over there." Then he settled down for a cat nap. Iago was too curious to sleep, so he flew over to the gorge. As he got closer, the parrot saw that the vultures were circling a deep pit, and at the bottom stood Christine. The cheetah looked up at Iago and cried, "I can't get out!" "I'll help you," Iago screeched, and with a flap of his shiny red wings he was off. Iago flew to Steven as fast as he could. Steven snapped awake the minute he heard Iago's news and raced to the gorge to save his future bride. But once he had scared away the vultures, Steven didn't know what to do. If he climbed into the pit, he would be trapped too. "Sire, over here," Iago called. "You can toss down this tree trunk and then Christine can climb up." Steven quickly dragged the heavy trunk over to the pit. Then he lowered it down for Christine. In seconds, Christine climbed to freedom. She rubbed her soft cheek against Iago and purred, "You saved my life." "And you taught me a valuable lesson," Steven added. "The Cheetah King needs to know everything that goes on in his kingdom, no matter how unimportant it might seem," Steven told Iago. "I knew you'd come around, sire," Iago began. "Why, it was only a matter of—" "I wasn't finished," Steven growled playfully. "I have also learned that no creature is so small that he cannot be useful in his own way. Therefore, when I am king, you shall be my advisor. You will fly over the kingdom, tell me everything you see, and alert me to anything that needs my immediate attention." And that is just what Iago did for all the years of Steven's reign. "What do you see from up there?" Steven called to his new friend. Iago chattered, I see a bright future for King Stephen and Queen Christine, and for their right poor advisor, Iago the parrot.